Discussing the DNA. DNA is commonly known as a deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA stands for the deoxyribonucleic acid as a name. As we can see here is a molecule that contains the genetic instructions used in the development and the functions of all living organisms. It's a molecule that contains all the genetic information which are used for the development. वो तमाम इसमें इंफॉर्मेशन होती हैं जो कि किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म के डेवलपमेंट और उसके फंक्शनिंग के लिए चाहिए होती हैं. It's a long double stranded helix made up of 4 nucleotides. Mean कि it is a long लंबा double stranded helix. We can see here double stranded like this. We can see the shape long double stranded helix made up of nucleotides which are the building blocks which are called as the nucleotides. इस composite units जो DNA के होते हैं वो nucleotides होते हैं which are the building blocks and which are composed of sugar, deoxyribose, phosphate and nitrogen bases. अब इसमें 4 किस्म की जो नाइट्रोजन बेसिस होती है वो है एडेनाइन, गावानाइन, साइटोसाइन एंड थायामाइन. इधर हम बात करेंगे कि डीऑक्सीराइबोन्यूक्लिक एसिड इज अ मॉलिक्यूल दैट कंटेन्स और ऑफ द जितनी भी उसमें किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म के डेवलपमेंट के लिए जितनी भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स आती हैं वो किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म में जो ट्रांसफ़र होती हैं वो डीएनए की वजह से होती हैं. और इसके स्ट्रक्चर की अगर बात की जाती है इट्स अ लॉन्ग डबल हेलिक्स डबल स्ट्रैंडेड मॉलिक्यूल which is composed of sugar, phosphate and nitrogen bases. The sequence of these nitrogen bases determines the genetic information encoded in the DNA. और ये जो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन हैं वो डीएनए में होती हैं. डीएनए के जो स्ट्रक्चर हैं उसमें पाई जाती हैं. एंड डीएनए इज़ फाउंड इन द सेल्स ऑफ ऑल लिविंग थिंग्स एंड प्लेज वाइटल रोल इन द इनहेरिटेंस, ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट. Here we can see the 4 bases as we discuss कि हाँ इसमें 4 बेसिस पाई जाती हैं. नाइट्रोजन बेसिस जिसको हम जो है वो एडेनाइन कहेंगे एज द नेम इंडिकेट, थायामाइन, गावानाइन एंड साइटोसाइन. दीज आर द 4 बेसिस. एज द नेम इंडिकेट साइटोसाइन इज डिनोटेड बाय द C and गावानाइन इज बाय द G और थायामाइन इज बाय द T और एडेनाइन बाय द A. These are the 4 bases which are called as the nitrogenous bases. As we discuss about the shape of the DNA, it's a ladder-like shape as we can see here, ladder-like shape. This is like this one. This one. This is the shape of the DNA molecule. To discuss a brief describe about the DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acids. And DNA is a part of our definition of a living organism. तमाम living organism में DNA is a constant part. And DNA is found in all the living things. And DNA was first isolated in 1869 by the scientists and James Watson and Francis Crick figured out the structure of a DNA. And DNA is a double helix and a double ladder-like structure as we can see here. And the structure of DNA can be linked to a twisted ladder. The rings of a ladder are made up of the bases. These are made up of a basis, nitrogen bases, in which we discuss adenine, guanine, thiosin or adenine, thiamine, guanine and cytosine. The rings of a ladder are made up of the bases as I discussed earlier. There are the 4 types of bases. This is the adenine is a base and thiamine is a base, cytosine is a base and guanine is a base. As we can see, these are denoted by the guanine denoted by the G and cytosine by the C or thiamine by the T or adenine by the A. These are the 4 natural bases which constitute the DNA molecule. अब अगर हम इसके पेयरिंग की बात करें कि जो लैडर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है और इसमें इस तरह की पेयरिंग होती हैं. दिस इज कंपोज ऑफ 4 bases जैसे कि adenine is a base which is now next we talk about adenine always pair with a T in DNA molecule के adenine की जो पेयरिंग होती है वो thiamine के साथ होती है always with the T. as well as if we see कि साइटोसिन थायमाइन और द साइटोसिन ऑलवेज पेयर विद द G, यानी कि साइटोसिन जो C है इज ऑलवेज पेयर विद द गावानाइन बेस G. यानी साइटोसाइन एज वी कैन सी कि साइटोसाइन की जो पेयरिंग है इट्स विद द गावानाइन G और थायामाइन की जो पेयरिंग है इज विद द एडेनाइन ए. So this is the pairing combination, as we can see ke A is always paired with the T in DNA and C is always paired with the G in the DNA. The amount of A is equal to the amount of T, यानी कि amount of adenine is equal to the amount of thiamine, and say for G, C and G cytosine is equal to the G. As we can see, A plus C is equal to T plus T. These are equal and hydrogen bonds hold the bases together, and this bonding is due to the hydrogen bonding. This is responsible due to the hydrogen bonding, and sides of a DNA ladder is made of sugar and the phosphate atoms. और the DNA ladder की जो sides होती हैं, these sides, these are made up of the these sides are made up of the sugar and the phosphate molecules. Base is attached to a sugar. This complex is called as a nucleoside. Here we can see the four nitrogen bases: adenine, thiamine, guanine and cytosine, in which we can see that this is a sugar molecule and this is a phosphate molecule. Nitrogen base, this one, this is a sugar molecule, and this one is a phosphate. These three things will combine together and form the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Like this, if we see here in this case, this is a thiamine. Here we can see this is a thiamine, and this is a sugar molecule, and this is a phosphate molecule, and this structure is called as a DNA molecule. यानी कि DNA molecule is simply composed of the nitrogen bases, which are four in types: adenine, guanine, cytosine and thiamine, as well as sugar molecule and phosphate molecule. This is the structure of a DNA molecule. Now here we can see here. Now here we can see sugar plus phosphate plus base. Here we see here sugar plus phosphate plus base. These three things, sugar molecule plus phosphate molecule plus base, these three things form a structure which is called as a nucleotide. And what is a nucleotide? Which is a double stranded like this ladder like molecule, which is composed of the nitrogen bases as well as sugar molecule and the base, and this structure is called as a DNA. And the lightest part DNA ladder usually twists to the right, और ये इसकी जो twisting होती है, this is called a twist movement. There are the many conformations of DNA. A DNA, B DNA and Z DNA are the only one found in nature. Almost all the cells in our DNA have, almost all the cells in our body have DNA with the exception of our red blood cells. जब खून की खुली जो RBCs होते हैं उनमें DNA नहीं होता, बाकी जितनी भी सेल होते हैं उनमें DNA पाया जाता है. और DNA is a blueprint of a life, यानी कि sequence of a life, continuity of a life is due to the DNA. Duplication of a life is due to the DNA, and chromosome or nuclear DNA is found in the nucleus of a cell. यानी कि mitosis or meiosis may be responsible of the survival of the human being is due to the DNA. When the DNA duplicates or goes from one individual to another, and the parents from the parent transfer to offspring, which is a cause of a continuity of life. Humans have the 46 chromosomes.